Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angel of the Night 091, and today we've got a BDSP Wi-Fi battle found on the 2022-2021 battle code. If you enjoy my content, be sure to sub to the channel, press that like button, and let's get into the match. Let's go, guys. Let's get into this battle. So our opponent here, Arca-9, is going to lead off here with a Typhlosion, and I'm going to lead off here with an Ariados. Now, I don't see too many Ariadoses going around here, but when I put the team together, I wanted to bring a couple of Pokemon that you may not necessarily see in a battle. Of course, there's very, very poor type matchups for a lead. I'm thinking, maybe the Typhlosion is going to come in with an Eruption of some kind, maybe a Flamethrower, so we actually swap out to our Rotom Wash. Now, with Rotom Wash onto the field, I should be able to outspeed that Typhlosion here, hopefully. I don't really get the opportunity to really see what kind of speed differences are between Typhlosion and Rotom Wash, because he actually swaps out to his Gastrodon, which actually has Storm Drain. So unfortunately, when we do the Hydro Pump, it's actually going to boost up the special attack power of that Gastrodon. So there's a couple of plays here that I can do. I can basically go in and try to get a Confuse Ray off onto it, or maybe swap out to a different Pokemon. I actually opted in to go for the Confuse Ray here because we want to try to get a little bit of hacks here. If you guys watched my last video, you guys know that the hacks gods are usually pretty good to me. Sacrificing Caterpies and Metapods and whatnot. But anyways, we get the Confuse Ray off onto the Gastrodon. And I'm going to be honest here, at this point, I'm kind of trying to debate on what my best option for an attack is here. I could have gone for the Will-O-Wisp, maybe try to get a little bit of, burn damage off onto it from time to time. However, I actually ended up going in with my Spiritomb, and Spiritomb, of course, I have it designed so that way it can be more of a defensive and special defensive type Pokemon. I have a couple of attacks onto it here, such as like Sucker, or no, sorry, not Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, Psychic, and Dark Pulse. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this kind of a set is kind of an older set from past generations. I don't end up handling that Earth Power the best. That was actually quite a big amount of damage off onto that Spiritomb, and I'm not really feeling this set. The set is not really well thought out. I probably should have gone with maybe one that was a little bit more new age than old school. Psychic was definitely not the right move here. However, I did go for the Psychic in hopes that I might be able to drop some special defense. Definitely did not work for me here. Basically, the only thing I could think of is maybe let's go in for that Shadow Sneak, and maybe we can actually knock it out enough. Get enough damage to knock it out. Not really going to happen here. That Gastrodon's going to go in and get that Recover and just basically regain all the health that we basically just tried to take away from it. And we're not really doing that great with this Spiritomb, to be honest. If you guys have a really good Spiritomb set that you would like to see me try, maybe post it in the comment section below. If you can maybe just do it in a showdown format, that'd be fantastic. Or, even just mention like what kind of a Spiritomb that you guys use. It's been a very long time since I used him, and I would like to use it more. It's a really cool Pokemon, and the shiny forms are really cool as well, so I would definitely like to bring that into a video there and share with you guys. Unfortunately, we lose our Spiritomb here against the mighty Gastrodon. I apologize, guys. Some of the Pokemon nicknames on this opponent's team is a little bit funky. Definitely not the kind of thing that I'd like to have on my channel, but I don't really feel like going through and editing them out. So we actually then go in with a Purugly here, and I'll be honest with you, Purugly is one of those Pokemon that I never see, and I really wanted to bring it into a battle just to be able to try it out and see what it actually is capable of. He actually withdraws the Gastrodon and then goes in with a Tangrowth. Now this Tangrowth is going to be a problem for me in some scenarios. You're going to see as the battle goes on. The Purugly, of course, I've got the Fake Out, the Giga Impact, I've got, I believe it's Sucker Punch and U-Turn. We end up going for the U-Turn, and we end up going into our Skarmory. Little be known to us at that time that this Tangrowth has Sleep Powder. And I don't know if that's a very common play with Tangrowth. I don't really see a whole lot of Tangrowths coming in. But this Skarmory is actually a Curse Skarmory. I have not seen a Curse Skarmory ever. Usually I'm more of the Sword Dancer type. I'm not so much the stall kind of fella. So unfortunately, now that we're asleep, I can't really get any kind of an attack off. He actually swapped into a Typhlosion. And in comes that Eruption onto the Magmotar that I switched into. The Magmotar, of course, this Magmotar does a fantastic job. I've got it more so designed for a special defense type set. And as you can see here, I have a few differences in attacks here. So we've got, you know, the Fire Blast, we got the Thunderbolt, we've got the Focus Blast. The big thing about this Magmotar is I've actually got, I believe, a wide lens onto it. The wide lens is supposed to be able to improve accuracy. So with that being said, we actually managed to get a Fire Blast off here onto this Gastrodon, and that actually did pretty well, given you know, the type disadvantage, or type advantage that it had, rather. In comes Gorbis. Gorbis is the water type Pokemon. Things like Shell Smash and stuff like that, it's definitely something you can expect to see from a Gorbis, as you can see here. So I ended up going in with my Rotom because I know I'm going to get basically a free switch in. So all the defensive stats of the Gorbis go down, but the special attack, the speed, and everything is basically risen. I get my leftovers onto my Rotom Wash, and at this time, really the best option for me right now is to go in for that Thunderbolt. Try to get as much damage off onto this thing as possible. I do have the advantage, of course, but you know what? There is a Focus Sash. And with the Focus Sash, that is actually going to allow allow his Gorbis to actually hang in there. I get my leftovers, of course, trying to regain my health, and the only other option that I have here is to maybe go for another Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, I don't get any option for an outspeed here. Definitely with that Shell Smash, my speed is outclassed. So I'm thinking next, bring in Purugly, go for the Fake Out, and I might be able to take that Gorbis out of there. So we're actually going to do just that. We're going to go for that Fake Out. However, he's going to swap out the Gorbis for a Scizor. Now Scizor, of course, is going to be able to take that like there's no tomorrow. It's a very bulky Pokemon, very high defensive stats. So we're going to basically try to go in for an attack here, hopefully maybe swap out. I actually opt in for swapping out because I basically weighed the pros and cons, and Giga Impact is just not going to be able to do anything to this Scizor. I decided to go into Skarmory. Now with Skarmory, of course, I am still asleep, so there's a little bit of an issue there. We both get our leftovers, regaining our health. The best thing I can hope for right now is to maybe wake up, get maybe a Curse off, maybe get a Brave Bird. I did decide to go in for the Curse here because I wanted to raise my attack power and my defensive stats. He decides, okay, you know what, we're not going to play around with this Skarmory. Skarmory looks pretty scary. We're going to go into Typhlosion. And of course, once he gets that swap in, of course, my Skarmory wakes up. We get the Curse. We get our stat boosts. But really and truly, there's not a whole lot of opportunity here for me. If I stay in, of course, I'm going to get hit with a Fire Attack. That's just going to one-hit knockout. I do have a couple of options here that I might be able to do. Realistically, I went in with Ariados because I'm like, okay, well, Ariados can't really do anything more in this match, maybe against the Tangrowth, so I kind of foddered it off to be able to get a free switch in. But really, I didn't really need to do that because I could have gone into Magmotar here, so that is probably one of my worst decisions in this match yet, is probably just foddering off that Ariados. If I had it, it would have definitely made things a little bit easier for the Tangrowth that I'm going to be coming up to. Here's the Fake Out. Fake Out, I don't think my opponent was really a Focus Blast. I don't think my opponent was thinking that I would even go for a Focus Blast, maybe like a Thunderbolt. He's definitely questioning, well, should I stay in with Typhlosion? So he actually withdraws that Pokemon and goes into Gyarados. Now, here's the Intimidate. Intimidate coming off onto the Magmotar. I'm going to go in for the Thunderbolt here, because why not, right? So we get the Thunderbolt. Gyarados barely holds on here, and it looks like he's going to regain a little bit of health there with leftovers again. Now, this is something that I'm going to be really shocked about. I outsped this Gyarados, and I don't really understand why. If I had the opportunity to really talk to Arca-9, I'd ask him, how come my Magmotar outsped you? If you guys know, post your comments below. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that Gyarados is very speedy Pokemon, so maybe he was set up for defensive values, I'm not sure. So anyways, we get a Thunderbolt off onto the Gorebyss. Gorebyss goes down, and back in comes the Typhlosion. So right now, there's 3 Pokemon on either side here. There's the Magmotar for me, Skarmory, and Purugly. Our opponent has Typhlosion, Tangrowth, and Scizor. So we actually get hit by an Eruption here, and I actually wasn't expecting Eruption to really one-hit KO. Well, not really one-hit KO, but you know what I mean. Basically, just knock out my Magmotar. So I go in with Purugly. Now, Purugly onto the field. I'm going to get a Fake Out here. Hoping to get a Fake Out anyways. Maybe a Giga Impact. I decided to go for the Giga Impact because why not? I mean, Typhlosion can't attack this next turn. Sorry, that was actually a Blast Burn now that I think about it, because why would he have to recharge? So I apologize, guys, there. That's a misread on my part. So I get the Giga Impact. I have to recharge. Scizor gets a Swords Dance. Okay, so Swords Dance is going to boost his attack power sharply. So there's not a whole lot of opportunity here for my Purugly to really go up against this Scizor. Might be able to get some damage maybe with a Giga Impact. Might be able to go for a Sucker Punch, but then again, if I go for a Sucker Punch and he doesn't go for an attack, and he just goes for like Swords Dance or whatever, I'm not going to be able to hit him. Unfortunately for me, the Bullet Punch actually makes contact with Purugly ahead of time, and I just get knocked out. There's no surviving a boosted Scizor for that Bullet Punch with that Purugly. I bring Skarmory back in. I go for the Curse, because why not? Let's get that defensive stat boosted, and then maybe we can actually go in for a Brave Bird here. So Scizor is going to go in again, try to get his attack power boosted. So that's basically going to be Risen. Skarmory, of course, is going to get the leftovers, and that's going to be quite helpful for me for my health. Definitely for sure. Leftovers is definitely a good thing to have for Skarmory. He's going to withdraw the Scizor. He's going to go into the Tangrowth, because I think he realized that he couldn't really do much with the Scizor. He basically has to rely onto the Tangrowth. We managed to get a really good Brave Bird off onto this swap. Almost taking out his Tangrowth. So his Tangrowth actually gets a little bit of health back. A lot of his Pokemon have leftovers, so I'm not really sure why so many leftovers, but that's okay. We're going to lock in for another Brave Bird here, and unfortunately for me, I actually get Sleep Powdered. So the Sleep Powder is going to put my Skarmory back to sleep. Tangrowth, of course, is just going to continue to get a little bit of leftovers here. Alright, so we are now asleep. We're still going to try to go for that Brave Bird here. Tangrowth is going to continue to set up. So that setup is going to drain little bits of my health here, so that Lefties is not going to be basically giving me any kind of health here. Anything that I get is just going to be taken away from that Tangrowth. So Skarmory still asleep, can't really do much. There's the Zap from the Leech Seed. As you can see, my health is slowly draining here. Not really much options for taking those off. The knockoff, of course, coming from the Tangrowth. Definitely smart play, because why would you want those leftovers to continue to regain your health? So Tangrowth, of course, getting even healthier as time goes on. Skarmory's still asleep. Very, very unfortunate play. As you can see, the clock is starting to come down. That just basically speaks words to how long this actual match was. If I didn't speed it up, it would definitely be pushing the 20-minute mark. So Skarmory wakes up. We're actually going to get another Brave Bird off here. Brave Bird making contact with the Tangrowth. Fantastic opportunity to take him out. Unfortunately, the Brave Bird actually ends up killing me. And I didn't think it would do that much recoil damage, to be quite honest. And that is going to be game. So good game, Arca-9. Thank you very much for the battle. GG. If you guys enjoyed the battle there today, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Post your comments in the comment section below. I'd like to hear about your Spiritomb sets and how you use it. Be sure to check out one of the other battles listed above. And if you enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Peace out.